The Mayuramela Trade Fair and Carnival is scheduled to commence at the public ground in Kurunegala tomorrow. The event is organized by the Old Boys Association of the Mavanala Mayurapada Central College together with Newsfest.
The Mayuramela Trade Fair and Carnival, which commences tomorrow, will go on until the 31st of this month. Various programs and activities have been organized, including musical shows featuring many popular singers. These shows will take place every night during the carnival. Meanwhile, preparations are underway to conduct screen tests from tomorrow afternoon at the Mobile News First studio, which has been put up at the carnival. One lucky individual who will be chosen from the screen tests will have the opportunity to present a live at 55 news bulletin live from the News First studio at the carnival grounds. Various other activities have also been planned to bring out the talents of the youth in the area.
You have the opportunity to participate in 5 mega musical shows. It is from the bottom of our hearts that we invite you to come to the Mavanala public grounds and enjoy all this.
Meanwhile, the Eslon News First Dhanamuthu Saine will be conducted on the 30th and 31st of this month at the Mavanala Mayurapada Central College from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It will see the participation of architects, civil engineers, surveyors, lawyers, astrologers, plumbers and feng shui experts. Meanwhile, a special mobile service is also being conducted during these 2 days to carry out plumbing repairs in the houses of the area residents free of charge.
ජූලි 30 කාලය ඇතුළත අපේ ජලනල කාර්මික ශිල්පීන් ඉතාම පුහුණු.
During the 30th and 31st of this month, experienced and certified plumbers will provide assistance and help to resolve problems concerning plumbing in either newly built or old houses. We will even come to your house to provide advice and assistance regarding plumbing matters.
ජලනල කර්මාන්තයට සම්බන්ධ සියලුම ගැටලු අපි විසඳලා දෙනවා. ඒවට උපදෙස් ලබා දීමට තමුන්ගේ නිවසටම අපි පැමිණෙනවා.
Information could be gathered about bank loan facilities and electricity connections as well. Government mobile services based at the fair will also issue national identity cards and passports. A special medical clinic is also included in the Eslon News First Dhanamuthu Saine. A mobile dental clinic for the residents in this area and especially for school children will be provided through the Ministry of Health. I invite the residents of Mavanala and nearby villages to participate in this News First Dhanamuthu Saine.
The paddy of the Yala season in the Hambantota district is being harvested at present. Since many paddy fields in the farmer hamlets known as Kudaka Mana have already been harvested, the farmers of these paddy fields now have to prepare themselves for the next harvesting season. However, before doing this, the farmers must fulfill a certain responsibility. This is settling the loans obtained for cultivation and pesticides. In a backdrop where there are no institutions that provide these services on a concessionary rate, those who come forward to provide loans and fertilizer on credit do so with the ulterior motive of obtaining the harvest of these farmers at a very low price. It is after taking into consideration the promotions of agriculture and trade officials that farmers come to the conclusion that they would not fall victim to such ulterior motives. If the officials acted according to their pre-harvest propaganda, the Paddy Cultivation Board should be implementing the standard price when purchasing from the paddy fields in the Hambantota district. However, the Paddy Cultivation Board is not in a position to purchase paddy as they have not even opened out storages in the Hambantota district. As a result, those who have provided loans and pesticides to farmers on credit can now move in and obtain the harvest of farmers at a pittance. They ask for paddy for a very low price, for 20 to 22. Therefore, we are helpless.
According to this, we won't be even left with money to cultivate the next season.
In a backdrop where certain farmers have already sold their harvest at a low price, while some more are preparing to do the same, the Paddy Cultivation Board has pasted notices that were printed during the previous season near farmer hamlets.
They have pasted posters stating that paddy will be purchased at 27, but there is no place that purchases.
The Ministry of Trade wasted public money on coconuts and tomatoes that were destroyed in the port itself and called it a timely decision made for the benefit of consumers. Shouldn't farmers who provide rice to the country on time be paid on time? Minister of Cooperatives and Internal Trade, this is over to you.
News First journalist Anuruddha Ratnayaka was awarded the Mars Lanka Prime Minister's Award in Colombo this evening. The award ceremony was held under the patronage of Prime Minister D.M. Jayaratna.
Awards to religious leaders, businessmen and journalists were handed out at the occasion. The Sri Lanka Prime Minister's Award for News Reporting on Current Affairs was won by News First's Anuruddha Ratnayaka. The award was presented to him by Minister of Culture and Aesthetic Affairs, T.B. Ekanayaka.
In more local news, yet another phase of the Sasanata Arana program was held in Thabalagamuwa area in Trincomalee today.
Co-deputy leader of the United National Party parliamentarian Sajith Premadasa made a financial donation to develop the Thabalagamuwa INR Kadar Mavilangari Pullayar Kovil. If the living standards of Sinhala, Tamil, Muslim and Burgher people are brought to a higher standard, if there is an era without hunger and thirst for these people, if they are provided with jobs and there is development, if every ethnic group in the country is treated equally and we can say that we are all Sri Lankans, that is what can be identified as true patriotism.
The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation has announced that if a vehicle stalled or encountered problems due to the use of inferior petrol, then the vehicle owners should present in writing all information including the bills for the repairs on such vehicles in order to be considered for compensation.
A media release issued by the corporation states that its marketing division has already received 2,500 properly compiled written complaints on vehicle stalling. The release also states that apart from written complaints, 4,500 complaints have been received via telephone. The CPETCO release also notes that number of complaints have been lodged repeatedly by the same individual via telephone. The marketing division has stated that it will disregard such complaints and take into account only complaints that are found to be legitimate. The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation states that the number a person receives when making a complaint via telephone should be mentioned when submitting the written complaint to the marketing division.
Chief Magistrate of Anuradhapura and Additional District Judge Darshika Vimlarsiri said in open court today that children who are under probationary care become victims of child abuse and crimes due to the faults of the officials. The judge expressed this view when a case filed by the Department of Probation and Child Care Services in the North Central Province was taken up before the Anuradhapura Chief Magistrates Court again.
In open court, the magistrate inquired as to what right the Commissioner of Department of Probation and Child Care Services in the North Central Province had to telephone magistrates and inquire about various matters. She went on to say that the Provincial Probation Commissioner had disregarded an order issued by the Magistrates Court for the Commissioner to appear before court and present a report about an imprisoned child. The magistrate inquired whether the Commissioner is inquiring about matters related to cases called up before court from the judges due to her lack of knowledge about her duties. The magistrate admonished the Commissioner and ordered that either she or a representative should be present in court when probationary cases are taken up for hearing.
Minister of Productivity Promotion Lakshman Seniratna states that uplifting the productivity of human resources is an essential factor in accelerating economic development in the country. The minister points out that an ideological change needs to take place to ensure this.
The National Quality Circle Convention and Award Ceremony was held today at the National Youth Services Council in Maharagama. Teams made up of state and private sector institutions as well as from schools work to uplift the quality of products and services by breaking away from conventional ideologies in the working environment. Several institutions were recognized and awarded for their success.
Bridges, culverts, roads and schools are constantly built in our country. But we have a problem regarding human resources. Human hours worth 15,000 rupees per year is wasted by this working population. In the end, if this 15,000 rupees is multiplied by the labour force, which is 7 million, then 105 billion rupees is wasted. We believe that if we change our ideologies, we can reach the optimum level.
Historical memory as a tool for conflict resolution was the subject of a seminar conducted by Professor of International Public Affairs of Columbia University, Elaza Barkan, in Colombo recently. The seminar was organized by Columbia University in collaboration with the Pathfinder Foundation. This seminar was the first in a series of discussions to be held with Sri Lankan stakeholders on the subject before identifying a few initiatives for implementation. The Pathfinder Foundation has also collaborated with Harvard University to conduct a series titled Leadership Dialogues on 6 critical economic and social issues, where Harvard academics interacted with the Sri Lankan participants via video conferencing facilities.
Now, at least 78 people have been killed in an air crash in Morocco. A military aircraft has crashed into a mountain in the south of the country. The army in a statement said that 3 passengers were severely wounded in the crash in what is thought to be one of Morocco's deadliest air disasters in years. The C-130 Hercules aircraft crashed in Gilman, just north of the disputed Western Sahara territory. The army has blamed the crash on poor weather. The plane was carrying 81 passengers that included 9 crew members, 60 troops and 12 civilians. Now, the News First International Desk will, of course, keep monitoring the situation in Morocco and will keep you updated as and when developments do